Good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. This is the 31st day of March. Where did the month go? Where did the first quarter of the year go? This is officially the last day of the first quarter of the year. First quarter being the first 3 months. Wow. Year's going fast. Anyway, this is the 31st day of March. This is the 64th episode of season 3 of the Be Your Own Hero show. HERO is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. In other words, helping others helps you. It's a reciprocal action. I'm your host. I'm Sekouwrites. I am a professional creative. That's what I call myself. That means I do a lot of different things. I'm also the creator of what we're now calling the HERO Ministry Movement, soon to be a nonprofit, knock on wood. That's my effort to uplift and inspire people, especially the unhoused community. Join me here Monday through Friday, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:45 a.m. Central, 7:45 a.m. Mountain, where I'll be talking about my journey of becoming my own hero. I hope you gain something from my journey of becoming my own hero, and most recently, my journey of becoming my own financial hero. So I hope you get something from my stories. Speaking of which, I'm not a personal trainer, nor am I. So do your own due diligence, do your own homework. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Get your own expert advice. All right? I'm just talking about my journey and what has worked for me, and many times what has not worked for me. That said, if this show provides any value, please like, please comment, and most of all, please share. Please spread the word to other folks so they can find out about the Be Your Own Hero show and find out about the New Thought Media Network. Shout out to the New Thought Media Network for allowing me this platform to talk about my journey. And yeah, please spread the word about New Thought Media Network. The network is growing by leaps and bounds. There's lots of new programming. There's a radio component now. There's so many things happening. So check them out at ntmedia.org. You can make a donation there. They are a 501c3 nonprofit. And if you can't make a donation, just spread the word. Spread the word about this show, and that will lead people to checking out the New Thought Media Network. Because it's a positive space with positive people saying positive things, and we need more of that these days. Okay, so all that said, let's get into the Hero Ministry Movement news. I got a couple things to talk about. First of all, this is day 304. I've literally been running every single consecutive day for 304 days in a row. Every once in a while, when I say it, it hits me, and today is one of those days. Because I say it every day, so I can become desensitized to it. But today, I don't know why, but something about me saying 304 was just like, what? So yeah, I've been doing this literally every single day. And I did the math. I hope you saw it on social media. I added up all the things, the number of cities, the number of miles, the number of times I've run indoors as opposed to outdoors, all that stuff. I posted it on social media, so check that out if you haven't yet. It was pretty surprising, even for me. Like, I had no idea that I had run in 11 cities. My guess, if you'd asked me, would have been 3. I would have guessed 3. I'm at 11 that I think I'm at 11, like adding up the number of cities that I see on my app. If I didn't miss any, I'm at 11, because I feel like it might be even more than that now. But I would have guessed 3 if you'd asked me. Anyway, so you never know what you're capable of is the theme of the whole run streak. You never know what you're capable of until you try. You are capable. Let me rephrase that. You're capable of much more than you think you're capable of. That's the biggest lesson that I've learned by doing this run streak. Anyway, that said, 2 things. Check out I will play my run story. I'll play my run report for today so you could see that. And then I'm going to tell you about something else, a new addition to Studio, what is it, C, D? Are we on E now? I've been in so many places. I broadcast from so many places. Let's just call it Studio E. So I'm going to tell you about my new addition to Studio E right after I show you today's run report. I enjoyed this one. I talked about something new. So let's check out the run report together. Here we go. This is from today. What up? Day 304. I've been running every day, at least a mile a day for now 304 consecutive days in a row. Still incredulous when I say that out loud. And yeah, 304 days, 11 cities, over 800 miles, 700. I can't even remember. I got to check my math. It's been an amazing journey. Anyway, today's run story is, check it out. I finally look like a runner. I got some leggings finally. I mean, I had some leggings that I was using as leggings, but they weren't running leggings. I actually purchased some running leggings on Amazon because I figure now that I'm in the 300s, it's time for me to look like a runner. So you notice no hoodie today. The hoodie is really a setup anyway, because running with the hoodie is so heavy. Like it keeps you warm for the first half mile, but after that, your body heats up and then it gets heavy. So I've been saying that on these run reports forever, but I haven't done anything about it. So today I'm actually wearing, clothing that isn't made out of cotton. Like this material, and this material wicks away the moisture. And this is cotton, but I got to keep my wearable affirmation going, doing period. And yeah, so I'm looking like a runner today and feeling good about finally choosing to look like a runner. Oh, and the sneakers, the Saucony's Hurricanes. Can you see those? Yeah, I got those from Fleet Feet, Brentwood. And yeah, they did the whole measuring thing and all that. And guess what? Guess what? After they sized me for these sneakers, I realized that I have been running in sneakers that are too small for hundreds of days. Literally, like all of my run streak up until a couple weeks ago, I was running in a size 11 sneaker. These are 12 and a half. These shoes that they fitted me for, they measured my foot 3 different ways and said, this is what I need to be running in. 12 and a half. I've been running in 11s. And so I'm not advocating that, but I'm emphasizing the fact that I was very much on a unstoppable frequency. Because did my feet feel a little tight in those sneakers? Yeah, they did. But I kept on going, and I was able to run all those miles in shoes that didn't fit. I would not recommend it. I'm not advocating for it, but I didn't know any better, and I just kept pushing. So that just goes to show you that you're not born with unstoppable. You choose unstoppable. You decide unstoppable. So get out there and start doing as the shirt says. The shirts are available at the link in my bio. There's shirts, t-shirts, hoodies. Yeah, t-shirts and hoodies, basically, and sweatshirts in my store. Link is in my bio. So anyway, keep doing. Be a hero. Be your own hero. Remember that now is better than perfect. And I'll see you on my show, the Be Your Own Hero Show, at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, where I'll be talking about how to capture abundance and wealth for yourself. So check it out. It might be helpful for you. Later. What up? Day 304. I've been running every day. Oh, sorry. At least a mile a day for now. 304 consecutive days. That's the wrong run report. That's the right beginning, but that was yesterday's run at TSU with the blue shirt on. So I must have got something confused today. I was wondering what was off. Anyway, I had to laugh at this comment from P. King. She said, "Oh my God, a whole size and a half." Lord, thank God. Yeah. Can you imagine my face? Can you picture my face at the Fleet Feet store when they told me, when they said 12 and a half? I was like, are you sure? Are you 100% sure? And I even pushed for a 12, and they were like, no, man. Look at all these measurements, 12 and a half. So yeah, thank goodness I got my feet measured. I recommend it. Like if you are getting serious about exercise, it's a whole different experience. There's different information. Matter of fact, they said that I am a size 12, but they gave me a size 12 and a half because when you're running, your feet heat up, they expand, like all this stuff that I wouldn't have thought about. So no matter what your journey is in terms of exercise, make sure that you get the right stuff. Don't be like Sekou. Get the right stuff early on. Don't wait until you're in your 300th day to get some leggings. Don't wait till you're in your 200th day to get some sneakers. Get your stuff early on so that you can be better prepared. Okay, so that's my sidebar. Now, Another sidebar. Look right here. Right? What is that? What is that? This is a medal holder. You see this? It spins. Well, yeah, see how it's spinning? I'm not going to spin it too much because I don't want it to fall, but it spins around and it holds the medals. There's like 6 different circles at the top that you can hang your medals from. I just got this yesterday and I am beyond tickled. The funny thing is, when I got my second medal, I started thinking about, oh, I should get a thing to display medals. And, you know, I'm new to running. I didn't know what that was. I said, oh, I should get a thing. And I was like, I'll get one later. And so I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then I started thinking about it again after my run in Alabama, the 51-mile race from Selma to Montgomery. I started thinking about it again, especially because my teammates were displaying all their medals, both holding them up, wearing them, and also on their display cases. I was like, oh, yeah, I should probably get a display case. Let me tell you, this has given me so much joy. If I had known that I would have this much joy from getting this, I would have gotten it a long time ago. It's just a physical reminder of the journey that I've been on. That's different than having the medals laying around. It's just psychologically different. So this has six medals on it. This is the biggest one. This is from Montgomery, Selma to Montgomery, the Selma to Montgomery 51-mile. What do they call it? Ultra relay. And here's one from Steps to Success. This is a nonprofit created by the Nashville captain of Black Men Run. Check this out. It spins. Can you see that? You can kind of see that. This part spins. Anyway, I got some medals up here that are pretty cool. This isn't even all of my medals. This isn't even all of my running medals. I got more than this. But it's such a testament to the journey. So I went from not exercising at all, really, to running a little bit on the treadmill every once in a while, to running consistently on the treadmill, to running outdoors, to running in races, to running in a 51-mile ultra marathon most recently, and currently training for my second half marathon. Not my first, my second half marathon. And so this really has brought me quite a bit of joy. If you've got some medals laying around, you should totally get a thing. Get a thingy. Get a thingy to display them, because it will give you a different kind of joy in your spirit. So do that for yourself. And if you're not a runner or an exerciser, just get something that gives you joy. Have something in your space that gives you joy. It can't be overemphasized. Having something in your space that gives you joy is important. All right, so I've talked quite a bit about that. So you're going to see this behind me, and you're going to see it change as I add more medals, because there's still more medals laying around that I haven't put on the stand yet, which is wild. All right, so all that said, that is the run streak. Today is day 304. We showed the run report. I showed you my new thing. I talked about my new leggings that I just got on Amazon. And yeah, so now we're moving on. Okay, so Morning Zen it's kind of a throwback to yesterday. I was talking about how the universe is in conversation with you all the time, whether you realize it or not. Okay, circling back, dear Gladys, get you a stand. 5 medals? That's a lot. Get you a stand. It'll fill the thing up, and it's going to fill you with joy. The joy of accomplishment, of achievement, of tracking your progress, how far you've gone, things that you've accomplished. Like, I can't quite explain it, but it's much different having these hung up and displayed than it was having these same medals laying around. They were right here. Now they're up. It makes a difference. So yeah, get you a stand, Gladys. Okay, so I was talking about being in conversation with the universe, and here is another example of that. Yesterday, and many times, but recently yesterday, I was talking about how I set up my social media to ambush me with positive messages, specifically on TikTok, but in general too. Well, Guess what? So later yesterday, I watched this motivational speech, and this woman was talking about just that. And there's a phrase for it. It's called intentional scrolling. Intentional scrolling. Intentional scrolling. So part one is look at that conversation with the universe. I'm talking to you about being ambushed by positive messages. And then that same day, I am privy to this speech where someone tells me what it's actually called. So part one is being in conversation with the universe. And part two is the validity of it. So she calls it intentional scrolling. And I don't know if she made that up or she got it from someplace else. But the idea is curating your social media accounts so that the vast majority of what you get is positive messages from thought leaders. So you're not seeing what your friends are doing. Like you can always see what your friends are doing on Facebook, right? But on your other social media channels like Instagram and TikTok, you can program them to just give you doses of positivity. Just give you doses of positivity over and over again. And I've taken it one step further. I did this already a while ago, but now I'm calling it an intentional account based on her language of yesterday. Instead of intentional scrolling, I'm calling this an intentional account. So I have basically a dummy account on Instagram. I set it up a long time ago to experiment with the platform to see what works and what doesn't in terms of hashtags and whatnot, because I was managing social media accounts for other people. And this was my workspace, right? But now what I've done is I followed nothing but people who are in the space of wealth and abundance on that account. And so whenever I go in that account, I learn things. This is literally how I learned about the Tesla stock split and the Amazon stock split, by going into that account and looking at nothing but financial information, nothing but abundance information. It's very effective. And I find that I spend most of my social media time in that account. I have 0 followers. I don't post anything. I just read the information that comes in from all these financial abundance folks, and it's very powerful. So where the woman yesterday called intentional scrolling curating your social media account so that you get positive messages, I am adding a new term, an intentional account. And I would suggest you try it. Try creating an intentional account that doesn't have anything to do with your brand. It's not building anything. It's just a separate space where you can very specifically curate the information you get to something that you want to learn, something you want to be exposed to, something that you want to grow in. I can't express it enough how helpful it is. Once again, that's literally how I learned about the Amazon stock split and the Tesla stock split. And so many other things, so many other bits of information, which leads me to another point. I want to circle back to the 75-25 percentages that I was talking about before. Just a reminder, I got this from Shaq. This is his theory, let's just call it Shaq theory, where you splurge with 25% of your income, and you invest 75%. Well, I'm taking the 75-25 out of the financial space for just for a second and applying it to the learning space. So for me, this intentional account that I've created is like 25% of my time and energy invested into learning more about finance and learning more about abundance. Because the bottom line is, you got to ask yourself how much time you're spending learning about wealth and abundance. Because if the time that you're spending learning about wealth and abundance is only this half-hour show, that's only 30 minutes. Like, what percentage of your day is that? Like, this is a very small percentage of your day. So it's going to affect change on a very small level. Like, the amount of time you spend on something correlates to the amount of change there is. So if you want to have more change in your financial life, in your abundance and wealth, you got to spend more time there. And one of the ways that I've done that for myself effectively is creating this, we're calling it an intentional account, where there's nothing but wealth information coming in. So I'm inviting you to, in some way, spend more time thinking and learning about wealth and abundance than just watching this show. This show ain't gonna do it. This ain't enough. This ain't enough. This is like, just sticking your toes in the water. You gotta have more than that. Okay. Oh, look, thanks, Linda. Linda is saying that she's trained her Facebook account to be positive, inspiring. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I haven't even figured out how to do it on Facebook, or maybe even I've decided that on Facebook that's where I can see what my friends and family are doing. But having so all of my other social media accounts are intentional. TikTok, Instagram. I've got multiple Instagram accounts, but they're all pretty intentional. And I've got this separate intentional account that is only for wealth and abundance. Folks like the Wall Street Trapper, I've talked about him. Earn Your Leisure, I've talked about them a bit. Just Warren Buffett, just anybody who's really focused on wealth and abundance. Okay, so just a reminder that well, I've said it a couple times now, that I learned about Amazon and Tesla in that channel, and I'm using it as a segue because yesterday, 2 different people asked me for stock advice about Amazon and Tesla. And I'm giggling because who knew? Who could have ever predicted that I would know anything about the stock market, let alone that other people would say, oh, let me ask Sekou what he thinks about what's going on in the stock market. That's like this. Like it's another reminder of how far I've come in this space. So this is a physical reminder. There's no medals for this wealth and abundance conversation, but the fact that people know me for talking about wealth and abundance in the stock market is just really humbling. So anyway, just to recap, Amazon and Tesla have both announced a stock split. Whether the stock split happens or not, because they've announced it, there's been an uptick in interest and share price on both of those. So what I have done is I've made sure that I have at least $150 invested in Amazon on Cash App, because they are predicting that if the stock split happens on Amazon, the new share price will be only $150. So since I already have $150 in, then I will automatically get a full share of Amazon. And on Tesla, I'm still nickel and diming. It's funny because last week I was looking at Tesla and I was like, I should get some more. And it was at 700. And now after the announcement about the stock split, boom, 1,000. And it hasn't dipped below 1,000 yet. And I don't think it will, because there's so much energy and enthusiasm about this stock split, which would result in you having multiple shares. If you had one share of Tesla and it splits, you're going to end up with multiple shares, which is a boom. So that's what's going on in terms of the stock market. I wasn't supposed to be talking about that yet in terms of the flow of the show, but I'm already here. So let's keep talking about wealth and abundance since we're already here. I've been trying to talk about this for a minute, and I won't say forgetting, things keep coming up. I have to show you this. Reverend Melissa sent me this the other day, and we got a really big kick out of it. Look at this. This is a $50,000 bill from Brazil. $50,000. How much is it worth right now? How much is it? 2 things. Number 1, drop in the chat how much you think that $50,000 bill is worth right now. That's number 1. Number 2, grab a piece of paper and a pen or something to write on, because we have a writing exercise today. And I know I haven't done a writing exercise in a while, so I'm giving you an advance notice. We'll do it at the end. But however you want to write it down, computer, whatever, you got to write something down soon. But in the meantime, how much do you think this $50,000 bill, let's put it back up, this $50,000 bill from Brazil is worth? This is a bill that Reverend Melissa got on a trip to Brazil in the 90s, kind of mid-90s. All right, so while you guys are thinking about that, wait. Oh, okay. Gladys is in, $5,000 US. Okay, who else has a guess about what that $50,000 bill from Brazil is worth? So drop that in. I'm gonna tap dance a little bit while we do that. I'm gonna go to the affirmation while you guys drop in what you think it's worth. And so let's go to our affirmation. As usual, we're gonna read it twice, once to just memorize the words and once with feeling. So, first time, I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. It's a broad, expansive affirmation. All right, second time, with feeling, because you want to emote, you want to feel it, you want to trick your subconscious into believing this. So here we go. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. You gotta own it. Okay, so let me go back to the comments. It doesn't look like anyone else has chimed in. Gladys is now saying 500, not 5,000. All right, so I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna put it back up on the screen so we can look at it while you drink this in. This $50,000 bill from Brazil is worth nothing. It's worth zero. It's worth zero. In Brazil and in the United States, it's worth nothing because the currency was defunded. Why? Because of hyperinflation. So hyperinflation is what happens after inflation. So what happens is, as I noted before in this show, inflation does mean the rising cost of goods. We're all familiar with that. But we don't think about the fact that that also means the falling price of the dollar, whatever dollar you're using. It doesn't matter which one it is, whether it's the Brazilian dollar or US dollar, that the value is falling as the price of goods are going up. It's a seesaw. That's not something I was aware of before. So really drink that in. The value of the dollar is falling. So here in the United States, it has fallen significantly, especially during the pandemic, because they've printed more money. And as with anything, when there's more of it, when you increase supply, then you reduce the worth of it, right? So the value of the dollar has fallen. So I just want to emphasize that because hyperinflation can happen anywhere. Inflation can turn to hyperinflation at any given point. So the fact that they printed so much money during the pandemic is a warning. It's a warning. It's a warning to invest, right? So if you need more emphasis, if you need more impetus to invest, there you go. Because they're printing money, you need to invest in something that's a little more secure. All right, so that said, I've made a list of some of the places that have oh, wait a minute. You know what? Let me do the writing exercise. I will just say that there's a list of a number of places that have experienced hyperinflation, including some big places like France and Germany and China. Like it can happen anywhere. And what happens is they print bigger and bigger denominations of dollars. And then they end up often defunding that money because you're taking that $50,000 bill that I just showed and you're trying to buy something like toilet paper and you can't even afford it because it doesn't match. Anyway, just be mindful that you need to be investing. Let that scare you a little bit. You need to be investing. Okay, so here's a writing exercise. This comes directly from the 7-Day Mental Diet. You know that I've been reading that again. And there's this exercise in there that's very helpful for helping you discover how you think about things. So it's only 3 words. 3 words 4 times. It's going to be really easy. So all you're going to do is fill in the blank. I'm going to give you the first 2 words. You're going to fill in the blank with the 3rd word immediately. First word that pops into your mind. Don't question it. Don't analyze it. First word that pops into your mind. We're going to do that 4 times. All right? Here's the first one. Life is. Fill in the blank. First word. Fill in the blank. Life is. Second one. People are. Fill in the blank. First word. Write it down. Third. I am. Fill in the blank. Don't think about it. First word. So recapping. Life is. People are. I am. Last one. Money is. Fill in the blank. Write down. Write it down. First word that pops into your mind. Life is blank. People are blank. I am blank. Money is blank. So I hope everyone did that exercise. I want you, if you're willing, to drop them in the chat tomorrow when we circle back to this, and I'll explain why we did it and what it taught us. All right, so stay tuned for prayer time right now. And then after that is Sit with Rev Melissa. And I will see you back here tomorrow where we will be talking about the exercise we just did. Till then, keep doing and be your own financial hero. And I'll see you tomorrow. Later.